What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Dartmouth Community Summer League preseason show. If you're not from the South Coast area of Massachusetts, you might not know what this league is, but it's entering year 4, and this year is the year we're finally going to bring some coverage to the league, and we are very excited to do so. It always brings out some great competition and some funny moments along the way. My name is Colton. Today I'm joined by Brian, Colby, and Joey, 3 guys who have founded this league. And Colby, I don't know if you want to talk just a little bit about how the league started and how far it's come already.
Yeah, so 4 years ago now, we always would hoop at Burgo. We had a big group of kids, and one night I texted Brian, and I was just like, what happens if we start a basketball league? And we got 10 teams literally like within the next day, and we started a little basketball league at Burgo, and now we've grown to 16 teams. So it's a lot of fun doing this every year. Kids look forward to it. So
we're going to go through all 16 teams. Again, that's up from 12 last year, I believe. 12 teams last year?
It was 16. I think year 2 was 14.
Yeah. Oh, and now we're back up to 16.
Yeah, so we're back up.
So we have 16 full rosters of teams to go through. We're going to review the preseason power rankings and then dive in just briefly on each team and their sponsor. All right, so the 2025 preseason power rankings are on your screen now. 16 teams. We have several new teams. A couple teams I think changed colors. I think white was purple.
White was purple.
Who was the last?
White dropped out.
Right. Okay. So we'll go through each team. We also want to thank all the sponsors that sponsored all these teams. We'll showcase them as we go, but we want to thank all 16 sponsors of these teams. We start with Purple Team. Somebody had to be last, and these are the newcomers to the league, sponsored by Allendale Country Club, a beautiful 18-hole golf course located in Dartmouth, Mass. This team is obviously ranked last. I don't really know any of these guys. I don't know if you guys know anything about this, but obviously when you're in last, probably have a chip on your shoulder here. Do you guys know anything about this team?
Well, they got an Instagram.
They do.
Yeah, they got they got an Instagram. I think they played Burgo a couple years, and
so what? They're young.
Yeah, they're young.
For context, I'm 24 years old.
22.
This is a man's league, guys.
Okay.
Yeah, like we're all old now.
Okay. So this is a young group.
I mean, I think they're good kids. Like I know that like they're great kids, man. I just don't know. Hopefully they get a couple wins. That'd be cool.
Who do they play week 1? Do we know?
Do you know anything about Nathaniel Mello? Great kid, good kid.
He works at Allendale. He got Allendale for.
Yeah, that's the one that got the sponsor Allendale. So thank you for that.
Awesome.
Appreciate you.
Oh,
really?
Week 1 they're facing Gray, which is also a new team. That's a tough matchup for them. They got a tough week, Gray and Yellow. So
Yellow is pretty loaded.
But next week they face Lime. Oh, and then they face Black.
Oh, that'll be an interesting matchup.
Yeah.
All right, so the tall task ahead of them, but we welcome to them to the league, and again, somebody had to be in last.
You want to know who else had an Instagram? Navy.
Good segue, because Navy is next up, a staple of the DCSL, I'd say.
These are some good kids.
These are a passionate, hardworking group over here. They are sponsored by Surroundings Landscaping, a talented team of landscapers serving the South Shore area. And Aiden, I believe, was an all-star for the league.
Been an all-star.
Yeah. And he's basically, if you haven't never watched Navy play, which you probably haven't, I feel like it's mostly revolves around Aiden. I don't know if they picked up some new guys here, but I feel like at some point Navy has to have some other perimeter scoring at some point if they ever want to contend. I don't know how much is going to change this year, but again, they're a dedicated team.
They kept trying to reiterate to us that they're going to be better. Hopefully we see that. I mean, the way they play. They can't play the way they played if they want to be better. No offense to them, obviously. It's just not winning basketball. It is fun to see Aiden like a couple times a year.
ISO ball the whole time.
Like just not miss a lot of shots, drop 50. But you want to win games, you got to get more. I mean, Aaron's pretty good at shooting too. So
yeah, they definitely need a couple more players. Hopefully,
size too.
Jaden Pierre and Josh Broderick are those players.
Navy is facing Magenta and Pink. You never know. Miracle.
Hey, Aiden averaged 28 last year as well, so
yeah,
he might be a DCSL Hall of Famer.
Is he just chasing all-star games? He's not playing to win a chip?
I mean, I feel like he thinks he has to play that way.
Hey, they're playing with their boys. You got to respect it. Yeah. It's all their friends.
Dedicated, passionate.
Hey, I will say this, towards the end of the year, a lot of arguments between them.
Oh.
A lot of fight.
A breakup in the future?
Never know. That would hurt because,
This is the heart and soul of the league right here.
Yeah.
Navy basketball. All right, coming in at number 14, we have Maroon Team, sponsored by RVRP, a new property company located in the south end of New Bedford. This is a pretty revamped team. Is this like a brand new team?
This is a free agent team.
Team.
So it's just a collection of guys on the move.
We had a team that ended up dropping out like wicked last minute, and so we had to reach out to a bunch of people who are looking to play who didn't have a team. And
So these kids know each other?
No.
So
Some of them do.
I'd say half the team knows each other.
Okay. So we're looking at early season chemistry
Who
problems.
made Matt
Yeah.
captain? Who gave
Brian did.
Matt Martins.
Matt
Yeah.
Martin's the best ref in DCSL history.
Very
Um,
controversial.
Captain.
Do you know these kids? Are they good?
I
know
know
Miles is pretty good. He
half
played
of
at
these kids
Sona.
are my brother's friends.
Miles is gonna put up numbers every game. Like he's good.
Is that their lead scorer here?
I would assume.
I would assume.
Of the ones we know, at least.
Yeah, I don't know anybody else. So
The old Maroon was what, like midge and stuff.
yeah,
And they've
Yeah.
They were
formed a
good.
different- Yeah, okay.
They
So
were
another
good. They
team,
had
I feel like a couple of these bottom teams we don't have much to say about, exception of Navy. I feel like we talked a little bit about
Yeah,
Navy
Navy's
just
been there.
because they're a staple. But again, this is kind of a team of misfits potentially
yeah.
that maybe can surprise some people, but they start at least preseason at number 14.
Don't really know what to expect from them, to be honest.
All right, next up, number 13, we have Pink Team, sponsored by Lolly's Cafe, a family-friendly cafe serving breakfast and lunch in Dartmouth. This is also kind of a semi-revamped team because yours truly, Joey Tam over here, has moved on
Yeah.
from Pink. He kind of hops around the league. Started
I have
with
Pink
Red
in my
Team.
blood.
So we got some. They do have a great rebounder, Avery. They have a couple of scorers, but what do we expect to see out of them?
We expect Avery to just dominate down low. I mean, that's usually what he does. He's probably one of the best rebounders in the league. He's huge.
Yeah, he's
Pause.
a big man.
But
And Adam Noseworthy, underrated
knows-
scorer.
underrated. Yeah, I would say he was an underrated scorer. I mean, he's a
Solid
little
piece.
streaky. Yeah.
James
Obviously-
Mullen, he played college ball. He's pretty good.
I think James Mullen is the one to watch for this team here.
Yeah.
What about Mason Cabral? No.
He's
Mason's
pretty
the
good.
good team captain.
You think he's
He's
been
pretty
working?
good.
He's the
I
player
think
coach.
He's
the
like
hardest soul of this
Udonis Haslam type vibe.
Yeah.
Mason Cabral.
Exactly.
I mean, he might. Hey, you never know. Mason could be like, he could be in the gym hooping every day. He could come back like
He's
a
been
whole
in-
new
he's
guy.
in the gym. I've been
We
to
all
him.
know his jumper. Everybody's gonna remember his jumper.
Do they sell Petruski? Or that kid Petruski?
Yeah, they do.
Nice,
I
Brian.
definitely
Good
forgot
job.
to add
Brian
him the
forgot to
team.
add a player.
Hey, he's pretty good.
All right,
I
shout
got
out,
to play with
shout
him.
out you. Shout
I
out
got to
him.
play with him.
Isaac Petruski, definitely
Okay,
good
Isaac
add.
Petruski.
He's pretty good.
It's gonna drop
I
30 out
honestly-
of disrespect.
They were saying I was overhyping it, but he might be like an MVP front runner if he's there every game playing there. I mean, he's
Wow.
pretty good. He's tall and he can shoot. He can
Joey Pive,
handle the ball.
good for a couple of threes, right?
Yeah,
That kid
and
has
he's.
infinite stamina.
Yeah, exactly.
He
So
doesn't get tired.
I mean, if we're thinking about it here, they're gonna have a big team. Like they're pretty big.
Yeah, if Avery's down there, of course they're gonna be big. What is it?
You said James played college basketball.
Yeah, he played college.
Where?
I don't know where, but I know he has.
I'm checking.
We do some runs.
Can we get a
some
fact
days
check?
with him. No, he's good. He's
Okay.
really good. He's skilled with the ball. He can shoot.
Hey, these are a couple of your teammates,
Yeah.
former teammates.
Former teammates, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I play with these kids every now and then. They're all pretty good. I said we underrated them. I think they're too low. On
Yeah,
this.
they're. Yeah,
I think they are right where they should be.
Oh, here we go.
they'll win. They'll win. Hey, they'll win. They'll win a handful of games.
Probably
if
more
if
than.
you had to
when
bet
I
it,
was
would
there
you
last
bet them
year.
to make the playoffs?
No,
Okay.
maybe playing. Maybe the plan.
I'd bet.
Playing. All right, moving on. This is an interesting one. We got Lime Team, sponsored by Nihong, an amazing local restaurant serving fine Chinese and American food in New Bedford.
We love
The thing that stands out for me for this team, obviously they add Jared Holmes, and then it's kind of a lot of the same names, like a very kind of a physical, scrappy team. But my question is where is the scoring going to come from?
Jared Holmes.
Holmes is gonna
Jared
take
Holmes.
20 shots a game.
And that's kind of all respect to Holmes, great player. But I just feel like you double him, where's the secondary score? I guess.
Joe Lopes is pretty good.
Joe Lopes and
Joe's good.
Joe was good last. He was on
Diogo's
that team.
Diogo's good.
Okay.
So those three guys are their best players.
I think Ryder's a good point guard.
Ryder.
He runs an offense.
And shout out my boys Ryan and Quentin, hard workers. I don't know. This is an unpredictable team. I feel.
It's just they're gonna have spurts where they're not gonna know where to. They don't really have a guard that could score.
They
And
get
that's
wicked
that.
stagnant. I feel like.
Yeah,
They're just,
that's kind of
stuck.
what you need in this league. I think you need a ball dominant point guard that can
Right.
score. So
They got good coaching. They got good management.
yeah, they do have good coaching. They do
Derek knows how to coach a team.
definitely.
Jared Holmes asked me the other day what criteria we are going based off of for MVP.
Man, he needs to
So-
shut his dumb ass.
That probably just tells you where
Bet
his expectations
So
are.
he has one thing on his mind. It's just
MVP.
Individual
individual
accolades.
accolades.
Okay. All right. Next up, we have Red Team, sponsored by DCSL Palm and Martin, a highly reliable accounting firm based out of Dartmouth. This is my team for all 4 years. Started by Joey Tam over there, who unfortunately left us after year 2
Boys back home.
to move on. And this is a team that, they're always going to scrap. They're always going to play great defense historically. We did lose Logan Disabella, who was a great defender. And we've kind of made this a family business at this point with Jake, Jared, Nick, Noah, all of Zach's cousins.
They got the whole clan in there.
And, Zach's kind of a walking double-double. He is pretty consistent. But the biggest thing was offense for us. Again, yours truly, not a fantastic scorer.
You lost Cody.
But we lost Cody. Cody's not on a team currently.
But last year.
But we added a man by the name of Nate Oliver, who
he was there last year.
He played one playoff game. He played one playoff game.
He can score.
This is a guy that can score. He's played basketball at different levels. He's probably the most competitive motherfucker you would ever meet.
Yeah, he is.
And I think that's something that our team has always needed over the years. So I think with his,
what are you trying to say?
We missed the Joey Tam days, but I think if Nate can bring offense, I think a big thing with our team this year is the reliability, because already we're going to be missing Nate, I believe, for opening weekend, both games. So immediately we're going to have to scrap for points. Yeah, unfortunately, as we play
we got you week one.
Green Team. Down the road, I think Nate will be a critical
I think if this team gets Cody.
Yeah, I don't know why Cody's not playing.
Hopefully he sees this video. I'll send it to him.
Yeah,
Cody Santo.
Cody Santos
was
D-boy
He's involved in a lot of
he was
off-court stuff.
Probably.
He's too busy playing football, flag football.
He's a great football player.
Yeah.
Great flag football player.
Who is the guard for you guys? Kid with the long hair. Is that Jake or Jared? Jared's pretty good.
Jared's also scrappy, can shoot.
Yeah, there was a couple fights that broke out almost versus us.
What's his name? Alex.
Yeah,
we'll get to that. Or we won't. We also have Cam Mello, who's
tough.
He'll give it his all.
Tough.
Dino, and then Donovan Howard, who I have not met yet.
No idea who that is.
But
no idea.
I think he's going to bring great things to this team.
Welcome.
He has like an NBA name though, Donovan Howard.
So I think I'm going to try to give like 8, 5, and 3, and hopefully, Nate, Zach will do enough, and we'll be a highly competitive team that is. This team's always destined for like the play-in.
You're also gonna need Jared to score too.
I hope Jared takes another step and like it becomes one of the
I think he will. I mean, he's pretty good. So
yeah. So I'm looking forward to this year.
I think you need
Red
Cody.
Team thoughts?
I think you definitely need to get
Cody.
Cody.
A very promising year, like Colby said. Jared definitely needs to take that step and join Zach in the scoring column, as well as just the performance column overall. And I think you guys will be a pretty good team.
And Red Team's always been fun and controversial, and people
Red.
getting mad at Red Team. And all right, number 10, we have Brown Team, captained by Mason Bouchard, sponsored by Bouchard's Carpeting Company, known for quality work and friendly service, located in New Bedford, Massachusetts. And I don't know a lot about this team, so I'll yield the floor immediately to you guys.
I think they're rated a little high.
Yeah, a little bit.
Why, you don't think Midge is going to backpack?
I think he's going to get pissed by the third quarter.
I respect the Midge.
And Mason, never mind. I'm not going to. I mean, a little ball hog, no?
I mean, I don't know. What do you think?
Won't say too much here.
Okay.
I think this team just needs a couple games played together to figure out the team chemistry. I'm hoping.
I don't really know who any of these people are.
I don't know. I was going to say, I know Midge from last year.
So.
I'm hoping Mason Bouchard definitely.
I mean, maybe Brady Lou is going to bag in him.
He's a big kid, bro.
Is
you
Bubba
got
good?
Midge and Mason. That's a
solid.
good duo.
Mason Medeiros.
I don't know any of these kids.
Yeah,
you know any of these kids?
Great, awesome. They're above us.
Nah.
Cool.
I think below Red.
This team's a little high. I'm not sure.
Yeah. We'll see. We'll see how we'll come back to
so
this.
Red Team should be top 10.
Yeah, maybe. I think Red Team could be 10 right here. Yeah.
Magenta.
All right, next up we have number 9, breaking in further into the top 10, Magenta Team. They are sponsored by United Barbers, a barbershop in New Bedford. Great cuts and a laid-back environment. I don't know a lot about this team. I think they won. I know Michael Oswald.
Huh?
Great scrappy player.
But you got Keller's there too. Keller's are pretty good.
Where did they play last time? No, they played there on Magenta, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Same team as last year, basically.
I believe we were supposed to play Cyan, and they subbed for Cyan, and we lost because of them.
Really?
I believe was the outcome there, but I don't know. I have no other notes about this team.
I'll say this about this team. I think last year we were very high on them, especially after the season Ryan Scott had in year 2 for our league, so his first year in the league.
Keller, Josh.
Yeah, I mean, Ethan Keller is going to put up stats regardless. Yeah, but last year was a little weird for them. I think they had a lot of games that they kind of gave away.
I just didn't try. Shout out to Magenta. But
Yeah.
I mean, I think they should have been better last
So
year.
we'll see about this year.
They bring the effort.
I think
Yeah.
they just need a good supporting cast to Ethan,
It's the same
Josh,
kids as
and
last
Ryan.
year. I mean, they had all those kids last year, so hopefully they do better this year than last year. But
I think the
Running
skill's
back.
there. I think the skill is definitely there. They have out 3 guys that I know of that could. I mean, Ethan, Josh, and Ryan can get a bucket kind of whenever. So, and Josh is very good defensively. Ethan gets mad boards. So we'll see what it plays for them. Yeah, hopefully they have. I don't know what their record was last year, but I knew we
They
before.
play us in the play-in?
I don't
No?
remember.
we played blue, like red team
Can't
first
remember.
year. We played blue in the play.
I remember that.
And
We lost.
so you have to make playoffs.
We've never
so.
won.
I don't know. I just know we were very, very high on them last year.
Next up, we have Gray Team, sponsored by TD Electrical Services, an electrical company with the intentions of growing and servicing electrical needs all over Massachusetts. And I don't know much about this team. Pretty consistent trend here. I know Connor, I know Mason and Colin, or Miles and Colin, sorry. And then I don't know the rest of these guys, but I feel like this is another one of those kind of scrappy teams. I've been using that word a lot, but
This is a former Voc Tech varsity team, I believe. So they definitely have the skill and chemistry. Maybe the skill. I mean,
Could be washed up here.
yeah, we're about 5 years past this time. So I definitely think they play well together, probably.
Yo, wasn't
Yeah.
Brennan Rosa nasty in CYO?
Yeah.
Remember him?
Elijah was pretty good, too.
CYO was
Shout out
great.
Mason Gomes, Glizok on PS5. I have no idea how good he is at basketball, but Miles Silva.
Cole Teixeira.
There's gonna be a chippy team to go against here.
if they have experience playing
Definitely
organized
a
basketball.
Physical team.
Yeah, they're gonna be physical. They're gonna be chippy. We're expecting that.
We
I
like
think
the
they're gonna be
chippiness.
pretty good. Yeah, I think they're gonna be pretty good.
All right, next up we have coming in number 7, we have Yellow Team, sponsored by Two Sisters, a catering company that serves delicious traditional Portuguese food in the New Bedford area. Now, this is a team I'm pretty.
Sorry.
We have another person on here
Yeah.
that's supposed to be on here. Who? Nick Barnes.
Nick Barnes is playing
Alright,
for
Nick
this team
Barnes is on
fully.
this team as
He ended
well.
up getting this day off.
So that adds more firepower to an already really solid team, in my opinion. I think this team is kind of low. I think they should be top 5, arguably.
Oh, no.
Ethan Risgen has
No.
always been pretty solid. Connor Manise, Eric
Why
Vieira,
mistake?
Nate Ellis is solid. Tripp has played some basketball.
Ass.
Shout out Tripp.
Ass.
Celtics. But the
work with From what I'm hearing,
but I think this team is pretty
know.
solid top to bottom, and I'm surprised they came in at number 7.
So at this time, when they were 7, Nick Barnes was not playing. He was their sub. He texted me. He said, I got the day off. I'm playing full time. That's a big pickup for this team, especially when you can get – so Muff and Riz are back on this team. They were on Gray last year. When you can get Riz not playing the 5, that is a huge thing.
oh, well, because they got Connor.
Yeah, so they got Connor, big-ass kid in the paint, going to be getting all the boards. Riz gets a ton of boards, but can also play outside. I mean, this team's going to be really good, I think.
This team should dominate the glass against some of these teams.
Yeah, definitely. And then they have Muff at the point. They have Eric. So their starting 5 should be Barnes, Muff, Eric, Connor, and Riskin.
And Jared Morton's never seen a 3 he doesn't like.
Yeah, Jared Moore,
So-
great 3-point shooter there.
So I think this team, I don't know.
He's a captain.
I have a tough
Calls
time
the
thinking this
shots.
team's not going to be in the top 4.
They definitely could be. Hey, I will say this: the pickup for Barnes is huge for them, scoring wise. They could
They're
be.
all
They could be
homies.
really good. Yeah.
They're all homies. So.
Yeah.
All right, next up we have Cyan Team, sponsored by Best Tees, a great bubble tea spot in New Bedford. So this team, I think, is this all new guys or no?
No.
Oh, great.
Jacob
This-
and Lewis.
This is all a team. The only thing I know about this team is they don't show up to games historically. The
Well,
Cyan,
this is a whole
This is
different
new.
team.
Oh,
this
this
is
is
a whole
completely
different
different.
team.
the
Yeah.
Cyan brand was always just not.
Keegan
shown.
This is,
Hummus
this is a
Okay.
great team from last year.
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha.
Basically,
Okay.
Lewis,
Okay. So
Jacob.
scratch that then, because that's all I remember. Every time I
Yeah,
think of
yeah.
Cyan, I'm like, oh, we're not playing tonight. So all right.
They're
Floor
gonna
is
be
yours. I don't
nasty.
know.
They're gonna be nasty. Yeah. I personally think they're a little low. I think they should be higher. Lewis is one of the best players in the league, and you're gonna have Lewis playing the 4 because Kenny Franklin's gonna be playing the 5, who is an absolute monster.
He's bigger than Lewis.
Yeah, he's gigantic.
Really?
And then Jacob manning the point. They got Messiah. I haven't played versus him in a while. He used to be fast as slasher, really good. I don't know anybody else.
No, we got
With-
to play these kids.
I'm hearing Sean Furtado is another Luis Cortillo
Great.
from
Just what we
people
need.
around the league.
A bunch of Wembies around the league.
That'll definitely boost their squad, having him at the 3, Lewis at the 4, and Kenny at the 5.
That's crazy.
The physicality is definitely going to be there. I think this is the most physical team in the league.
Yeah.
Hey, how do we do in runs against them? How did Green Team do in runs? We had some preseason runs against this team.
We don't gotta say too much.
Yo.
I know I won my game against them.
Oh well, I mean that's good, but yeah, this team's gonna be nasty.
Just know if Green Team beats them the last week of the season, that'll be 2-0 on the season.
All right.
So they did win.
Wow. We won.
Coming in at number 5, we have the Green Team, sponsored by Scandia, a company based out of Fairhaven. Visit Scandia for all your boat repair needs. So Joey Tam, who's just on the hunt for a team that satisfies him, I suppose, is now entering his 3rd team. He joins Green, who I categorize as being up and down historically. Brian's always been on the team, so maybe he can speak more to that. But I feel like they always open up with red. They beat us, and then they're kind of like whatever the rest of the year.
Yeah, I think Joey Tam has definitely found his home with this team.
He's playing one day a week.
I gave him the spanking last
He's
week.
playing one day a week.
We've kind of had the same team for the past 4 years, but I think this is the main core of the team. I tried keeping together, and then I added a few pieces, being Joey, my brother Chris, and Rolando Rivera, Toe,
And Donjay backwards hat.
and
Every
Donjay back with the team after 1 year on a little vacation. He didn't know where he wanted to be. I think this is the team this year. Great chemistry. Yeah, I don't gotta say too much.
How do you respond to critics that would say, "What if Joey Tam gets really 3-point happy?"
How many shots am I taking?
If I see him get to that point, I'll just give him a little talk. It's just a fun league. It's a good, fun talk, and we'll figure it out.
There's no fun talks on Green. Once they start talking to each other, the game's over. They lost. Okay,
We all know. Over here.
We all know when that happens. Their best player this year is Christian Cordero. He's their best player, straight up.
I would agree with that.
Liam took a leap, I would say, at the end of the year last year, so hopefully we could see that from him. I mean, Brian has to touch the ball less. No, I'm kidding.
That is a crazy
No, I'm kidding. But when he gets in his head, he needs to touch the ball less.
All right, coming in number 4, we have Orange Team, sponsored by 508 Sneaker Store. That's a Fairhaven location that has amazing buy and resale prices on sneakers and clothing. The only thing I associate Orange with is that we, Red, always beat them, even when they're maybe more talented or a better team. We always beat them. I don't know. I feel like we kind of own them.
Did Red beat them last year?
Yeah.
I believe so.
Yeah,
they did.
Yeah.
They
Did you
did.
guys beat them last year?
I'm pretty sure we've beat them.
They beat them.
I feel like we beat them all the time.
They beat them. They beat them last year.
That being said, they obviously have a lot of talent, and they're number 4 for a reason. So
Well, they got some more talent.
I was gonna say this is not the same team they had.
Yeah, this is a little bit of a revamped team. There's only 3 players that are still on this team from
Isn't
last
Shane
year's
nice?
roster.
Shane's one of the best
I
players
think
in the league.
Shane Poitras is an MVP candidate for the year. I think,
Definitely.
me personally, I think he's a top 3 player in the league. Maybe top 5. There's a couple good players.
Jacobs averaged 20 every year. He's been
Jacobs
in
a
this
good point guard. He's always scoring.
Jacob's going to shoot less with Shane and the
Don't matter.
or is it Curran?
That taxes and
Who's the
Jacobs
best?
20
Who's
point
the better one?
games.
Curran, definitely a good true point guard. I
Yeah,
think
he's
he's one of the
nasty.
better point guards in the league.
He's nasty.
Where did he play? He
And
played at
Braden will always get you a rebound.
Braden's a horse.
Braden will always get
Sure,
you a
bro.
rebound.
So
Whatever.
what's so great about this league? We have some elite talent coming together with
I
your average pickup basketball players, and it
I
makes for a
personally
great
think-
time.
I personally think Cyan's better than this team, but
I think Green's better than this team.
yeah, okay. That's just cap.
All right, coming into the top 3 now. I feel like these 3 teams are pretty separated from the rest of the pack. We start with White Team, formerly Purple, who won the championship last year.
Yeah.
Last year. So this is our first former champion.
got lucky.
Sponsored by Pimentel Contractors, who provide outside building, construction, and excavating services. This is a team that's pretty complete, I'd say, and they cracked the top 3.
Go ahead,
Cole's
Colby.
not even going to stop.
You
Former
listen.
MVP. So he won the LIP last year, least improved player. Former MVP Cole Pimentel is not even going to crack the starting 6 rotation for this team. Maybe 7. He's either 6 or 7.
He has the C on his chest, though.
He's probably not gonna show up to half these games. Don't get me wrong. Aiden Rock, he's a front runner for MVP once again. This
he?
team's really good.
Ethan Augusto, very
Yeah.
talented.
This team's very, very good.
I see Dylan Mello, Chachi on the list.
They got
49ers,
worry about
Chachi.
him.
Yeah. So they got, and then they also picked up Camden Morin, and they might have picked up this 7-footer Cam Dunbarry.
But how many games will they spend together with a full roster?
That's a great
We've seen
question.
a lot of teams, I feel like, over the years.
I do not think
that
this
don't-
team is going to have
Going to show up to enough.
at
games.
least 7 people per game. I think
Yeah,
they
like
will
Mason and
all have
Mason and Chachi are going to be at every game. I would
them.
say
And that's it.
I would say Camden Morin will also be at every game.
Aiden was at a lot of games, right?
Rock will be at most games. Cole, I got no idea what Cole is going to show up to, honestly. Ethan's going to show up when he can. I have no idea about any of the other kids. I don't know them. But I know that they're pretty good. So
So
this
do we
team,
think Orange beats them?
no,
No.
I don't think it'll be close either.
Number 2, Blue Team, sponsored by Cask and Pig, a great local restaurant here in Dartmouth. This is the team that I feel like was expected to win it all last year by
Definitely.
many people's accounts.
Definitely.
Led by Hunter Madison, but this year they are keeping most of the same team, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
And shout out head coach Colin Boyer, former player. I don't know, what do you guys think here? I mean, the sky's the limit, I guess, again.
Yeah. Definitely championship favorites.
Yeah, this is the same exact team, and they also added Josiel Cologne, who is a
nasty.
pretty good basketball player from Dartmouth High School. Played a couple of years at Dartmouth Varsity.
Yeah, he's very
Definitely
good.
a solid pickup.
Very, very good. This team's very good. They're complete. They got Hunter. You could go. I think you could go 2 ways with this starting lineup. You can start Logan, Jasiel, Adam, Hunter, and who am I missing? And probably Miles.
I think Josiel might be on the Rookie of the Year watch.
Yeah, definitely.
Possibly.
Him with Shane. I think this team is really good, man. This team is really good. You got Val off the bench, who is he's actually really good. I'm not gonna lie.
Sean Carvana pulls deep threes.
Yep, Sean Carvana is gonna go out there and give you energy. But yeah, this team's nasty. When you got the MVP on your team, you always got a chance, and that's exactly what they got. They got one of the best players in the league, Hunter.
All right, and number 1, 2-time champion Colby Sylvia captain, right there in the middle there. Sponsored by Sullivan Services this year, a proud local company here in Dartmouth, helping with junk removal, demolition, landscaping, and more. This team has been kind of the team to beat, I think, every single year in this league. So Colby, you add Kyle. What do you have to say about your squad?
You know, I'm not gonna say too much about this squad, man. I lost Declan as of right now.
Added 4 or 5 potential all-stars to replace him.
I ain't gonna say too much. I'm gonna let this team speak for itself. We're gonna go out there. We're gonna show you some great hoops. If you want to see great hoops, you come watch our team. This team is
construct a team.
This team's absolutely ridiculous.
This is definitely a good marketing strategy for the league, I would say.
Oh, yeah.
Bring fans in.
I think Black Team
Come
always
support
has
the
to
games.
be like face team of the league. I mean, last year we had absolutely no business making the championship, and we only lost championship by 6. So losing Declan Markey sucks, as I said for right now. Maybe a little.
You guys got 10, so
We'll see what happens. If you're asking me, I don't think anybody will beat us. We'll probably drop a game or 2 in the regular season because
People don't show up.
yeah, but not worried about any team.
Pencil them in for at least the final 4.
Let's just say I'll be in my 4th straight championship. So yeah. So we're going to be going through some week 1 matchups. First game of the year at 6 p.m. this Friday. We got green versus red.
A classic matchup. A
Yep.
tale as old as
I
the
mean,
league.
They match up every first week, first game,
Yeah.
except for the first year.
And it goes the same way. I feel like it's like close in the beginning, kind of hang around.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
Joey Tam missed the game winner one time. Didn't
Ooh.
he? 3. Again, I'm sorry. I'm not.
I think that was 2 years ago, I
Do
believe. So
you remember that? You corner 3 for the win.
I think that was 2 years
I'm
ago.
sorry. I'm sorry. that came up naturally.
probably.
I probably scored 2 points. I'm not going at you.
No, I probably missed
But we do always play green team. I think that'll be. What do you put that line at? Green minus.
I'll get green minus 5.5.
7.
Yeah, Green has 5 players. Week 1, I believe.
Green
And I
minus
think
3.
I'm bringing 1 sub.
All right. The books
Cool.
have already
So
edited that
6.
down to 4.5. I think minus 4.5.
I would say 4.5, 5.
But again,
would be
our
good.
best scorer will not be present as well.
Yeah,
So
so
already
maybe
got a patchwork team.
try and get Cody maybe.
No score.
There'll be phone calls.
Nate.
Yeah. So
Phone
calls might have to be made.
The other 6 p.m. game, I personally think this is going to be a good game. Pink versus Maroon. I think it's going to be a pretty good game. I would say 2.
Couple teams in the 12, 13, and wait,
In the
first-
middle
yeah.
category.
Mhm.
Yeah. We'll call them mid for
Mid.
short. Who do you think is going to win, Maroon?
I think If Pink has a full roster, I think
Pink wins. I think
it'll
Pink takes
be
it.
a
If
Pink
they have a
win.
full roster.
I just don't
Pink takes
know
it. Dude,
who-
Maroon doesn't
who's gonna guard
they don't
Avery.
know each other. Yeah, they're not gonna
yeah,
get
you're
rebounding,
right.
and then if
Oh wait, Maroon's the free agent team.
Yeah, Maroon
Oh.
has no
That's their
big
first
man.
Pink's
game with
winning.
each other.
Pink's winning this.
Yeah.
bro.
Okay,
I was thinking Brown
Yeah,
for
yeah.
some reason. My bad. I'm gonna take Pink -6.
okay.
Pink
Minus
-6. I think it should be a little higher than that. First 7 p.m. game, we got black versus yellow.
Banger.
Nightmare
tough
matchup for yellow.
Tough first task for you.
Yellow's been. I've been seeing all sorts of snap stories of them hooping. I know they're
Really?
not in shape. You gotta know that. I know 2 players of mine that are gonna be missing.
Who?
Alex and Owen. Not too worried. First 2 kids to text me that are coming to the game were Smitty and Johan. So we know Shugs and Gavin Martin is a sleeper, by the way.
Okay.
Rookie of the Year candidate, sleeper.
Mark that down.
Next game, this game is going to be bad. We got gray versus purple.
I think Gray is going to be the more physical team all game.
I think they're older. I think they're bigger.
By the way, it's
Experience.
going to be cold Friday. So with cold comes wind at Burgo. That means we're in for some low scoring affairs probably.
It's gonna be a bad week 1.
Yeah.
Wear your outerwear.
Sunday's gonna be nice, but I know Friday's gonna be cold. I can check the wind.
Put your sweaters on.
I can't stand. Oh no, it's gusts at 6 p.m. is 17 mile an hour. If you know, you know. When you
Not
play
to
at Burgo,
affect my shooters.
yeah, that's cap. If you know, you know. If you played at Burgo, you know the wind sucks. First 8 p.m. game, we got white team versus brown. I'm taking white -20.5. We don't really got to talk about that game too much. There's nothing to talk about.
Mhm.
Second 8 p.m. game, we got Cyan versus Lime.
Zion.
That's a good game. Oh no, Lime. Sorry, I'm thinking green.
I'm taking-
what am I saying?
I'm taking Cyan -15.5. I think they're gonna dominate.
I think
Okay.
that might be closer than you think.
You are giving
Maybe.
Cyan no credit. I hope y'all are
Maybe.
watching this, Jacob, Lewis. I hope y'all are watching this,
They need their full team, but
bro.
you never know with Jared Holmes. He might be.
If you got Lewis
All
on
over
your
the
team,
court.
bro, they're fine.
Jared Holmes 2020 game.
Oh hell no. On 40 shots. First 9 p.m. game.
This is the game of the week.
This is
of the
game.
night.
This is game of the night. Blue versus orange. I still think blue is gonna win, but I think opening up the league like this, I think it's gonna be a pretty fun game. I think it's gonna be a pretty fun game.
9 o'clock game
Top
for
5
the
matchup.
best game of the week.
I think the first 3 quarters will be somewhat even. I think blue's gonna hold like a 6-point lead the whole game, and then maybe fourth quarter it gets a little close, and then blue just kind of goes on a run. Maybe a last second 3 to cut it to up the spread.
Yeah.
That sounds
Backdoor
about
cover.
right. That sounds about right. Yeah, that's game of the night. That's going to be a fun one. And then the last game of the night, Navy versus Magenta.
Sheesh.
That was
Magenta
the game of the
-5.
That's gonna be pretty competitive, I'd say.
I mean, you would hope Magenta would win by more than 5, but we're talking first game of the year.
Team that doesn't really.
I think Navy pulls out. the
You
upset.
you know Navy has been practicing.
All right, screw the spread. Over under points for Aiden.
20
22.
or 22.
22.
I'm going to say 22 just because it's going to be cold first game of the year.
And he has
That's
a little
true.
bit more support, I'd say.
I'll sprinkle the over on
He's
that.
taking the
22 and a half
same amount
over.
of shots.
Yeah.
He's taking the same amount of shots.
28.
28. Okay.
Hopefully he's gotten it through his head that he needs to share the ball with his teammates a little bit.
Nah, he's gotta keep.
You
stroking
damn well
that
know
thing.
he's watching this shit.
Yeah, good.
Start to-
Pass the ball.
All right, we're on to Sunday. Pink versus Navy.
Oof, Navy back at it again.
So, hey, Navy has a chance.
They could go 2-0.
They could start their season 2-0.
Imagine
never
how
seen
that
that.
they would feel 2-0.
Where would they be on the power rankings? That would feel crazy. to
They
put
Yeah,
them
that-
high.
They would
See,
move all the way to 4.
This would be the story of the league if they won.
We should just put them number 1.
I think
Oh
that's the
my
feel good
God.
story we should root for.
No, I'm not rooting for Navy. Because then, I'm not even going to get it. I'm not even going to get
Kobe
into it.
despises the Navy.
I despise how whenever we play them and we play defense for a little bit, they're like, "Oh, you guys playing defense?" And it's like, dude, we all paid to play. We're not gonna not try here. I'm going pink -3. I'm
I
telling
think it needs
you.
to be like minus.
It'll be easier once we see like even a week of these
7.
teams.
Yeah,
It's
I
easy
think
to gauge.
we get a week or 2 under our belt. The spreads are gonna be a little bit more accurate. These are literally just straight up guesses. Second 6 p.m. game, purple versus yellow. Yellow -12.5. Assuming they get
I mean those. Yeah.
ran through by black, they're gonna come back on Sunday and
Where they beat
Show-
black.
Yeah.
I think yellow definitely gets the win over purple.
Yeah,
but
for sure.
spreads are a little bit hard to
Black versus magenta,
black.
whatever.
Magenta.
No doubt about it.
We don't even gotta
Minus
put a
2.
spread.
What else we got?
You can't even bet the money line on that game.
It's
You
offline.
would not make any money.
Yeah. Green, second 7 p.m. game, green versus lime. Green -10, I would say. Assuming they don't get into an argument in the middle of the
I'll
game.
be on Jared Holmes.
I like the green spread.
Me
Yeah.
too.
I mean,
Unbiasedly, right?
We're looking to go 2-0.
yeah. I would hope so.
Undefeated.
Ooh. 8 p.m. So this is a late game for white. So this means not a lot of them are coming.
Okay.
White versus gray. This is a game has some beef behind it. We're not going to go into any of it.
Why not?
Nope, we're not going there. There's some beef here. Might have. No, I'm not even gonna say it. I'm not even gonna say it. There's beef here. This is gonna be a very physical game. I'm taking white, but I don't know a spread because I have no idea who's gonna show up for white.
It's unpredictable.
I know Chachi will be there.
Chachi will be there.
That's all I'm gonna say.
Okay.
Next game, Cyan versus Orange. This is game of the night.
Cyan.
That's a pretty good game.
This is game of the night, and whoever made the schedule put them on court 2.
But look at the other game.
Give me Cyan.
Yeah, we're gonna switch that.
I'll take
switch
Cyan
it.
minus.
I'm personally
5, 6.
taking Cyan. I really like Cyan's team.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Science.
I just don't think Orange can
I'm gonna
match
take
the
the
size.
underdogs then. I'm gonna take orange.
You think they can match the size?
Maybe, yeah. I think they're more skilled.
They better hope it's not windy, because if it's windy,
All
they're
bets are
not they're
on.
not getting a rebound and they're not making a 3. I'm taking Cyan in that game -6.
That's what I said.
6 is good there.
Okay.
First 9 p.m. game, brown versus red.
This is a game that we have to scrap out and win. Like
I mean,
I forget. what
they're
the-
above us
I'll
on the
take
power
red.
rankings,
I'm taking red here.
especially if we lose to green, which I don't. We're gonna battle them and we're gonna probably take the dub. But if we did lose to green, like this becomes that much more important. You don't want to start the season 0-2. You know what I mean?
Definitely. I'm taking red here.
Hey, did Midge play basketball this year?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, he was pretty good. I think he made the All Stars for his thing.
Yeah, no
I'll
Nate
take Brown
Oliver.
then.
No Nate Oliver again, so that could be a factor. If they could get Cody, that'd be huge.
Yeah.
I'm still taking red right here regardless. I just know him more. And
Hey, respect
Oh,
that.
I know red.
last game of the night, blue versus maroon.
This game is
gonna
not going to be close, and I think this
put a
might be
spread on this one?
one
This
of
might
the
be-
biggest blowouts of the season.
Are we gonna have like the March Madness 1 versus 16 type spread? Like minus
This
24?
game might need to get called the third quarter.
Yeah.
I just think you're
9
facing a
o'clock
team.
game.
You're
Yeah, I'm
facing a
gonna wanna
team
go.
at 9. So blue has 2 9 o'clock games in a row. Shout out whoever made the schedule. He's sitting right here.
Head into Memorial Day with an absolute.
Memorial Day, first long weekend after getting home from college. You're facing a team that's never played together. This is going to be a blowout. Hunter might have 85 points this game. He'll probably have like a triple-double. I'm not going to lie. He might around and get a triple-double.
Yep.
So we got an entertaining first 2 games for each team. Each team is playing twice this week. That's how we like to kick it off to get everybody some.
If you're in the area, if you're watching this and you're in the area, probably a lot of people in the league will watch this. But if for some reason you're not in the league and you stumble across this and you're in the area, we'd love to have you out there.
Well, love to have you. Dartmouth Weekly will be there.
Yeah,
Pop out.
it's always a fun atmosphere. And even if you're far away watching this, hey, subscribe to the channel and just follow a fun little basketball league, maybe across the country from you.
Definitely.
Get behind a team. Start rooting for purple, and follow them because it'll be a fun year. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching the video. Thanks to Joey, Colby, and Brian for being here. We will be providing a lot of content all season long. I hope you join us on this journey. And make sure you subscribe to the channel, but also follow the Instagram. I'll link it here because a lot of posts will be found there. So if you want to follow that as well, and we will see you very soon.
Peace.
Later.